And along with Grant Hill and Doris Burke, I'm Brian Anderson, joined by Allie LaForce, our reporter.
And given the nature of the rivalry between these teams, expect emotions to be running high. Both teams have to feel a little on edge right now.
And not just for the players, but for the fans as well. You know how energized they become when these two teams go at it.
Now here's Richardson. They set the pick. 4 on the clock. Misses the 3. Well, Grant, after 3 straight drafts high in the lottery, the Rockets got to 500 in 2024.
Yeah, and I love how they signed some vets in the summer of 23. Houston decided we want to win now, and I wish more teams did that.
Launches a 3. Mavericks with a rebound. A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
I was able to talk with Ime Udoka for a minute. He was just marveling at LeBron's ability to take advantage of any mistake you make, even a minor one. He said, if you're even a half step away from a guy defensively, LeBron will find that person. Coach is asking his guys to stay connected to shooters tonight.
Thank you for that, Allie. Here's McGrady. Stolen by Caruso. And there's the lob. And so the ball out of bounds. Mobley touched it last.
You see his active hands knocking that pass out of bounds.
Well, that's what you call a game of inches. They talk about it in football. We see it right there.
Now, here is James. Caruso outside. That falls. Nice feed that time from James.
3 points.
He's consistent from out there, especially when you give him that kind of room.
Holiday taking his time here. On the wing, Ivy. 3-pointer. Hits the trifecta.
And something Ivy continues to improve. He's becoming a real threat from downtown.
Outside Richardson. From deep, Sarr. Oh, they get a hand on it.
He couldn't believe how open he was. He just couldn't convert it.
Pass to Holiday. Here's McGrady. He's guarded by Caruso. And here's Mobley. Thompson outside. 6 on the shot clock. Lots of room. McGrady shot is off.
All alone from mid-range. You got to think he's kicking himself.
Well, Grant, even though it looks like LeBron could play forever, he stated that he doesn't have much time left.
Well, it's unbelievable that he's sustained this level of excellence for as long as he has. I would be surprised if we see this type of longevity ever again.
Doris, one place you see this Dallas team show up is in the hustle stats.
B.A., this version of the Dallas Mavericks is as tough and as gritty and as willing to compete as any I've seen.
Here's McGrady. And the Rockets hit again from deep.
Now, this is just a veteran instinct kicking in here. Holiday sensing and finding the man who's open.
Here's James. And he makes it on the layup.
And setting the tempo with an assertive move. Like, where was the defense on that play?
To me, that's a complete lack of communication on that side of the ball. These guys need to be talking to each other.
Now, here is James. Pass to Artest. Here's Sarr. To the paint. Here's Holiday. Hasn't gotten one to fall yet. Fires from deep. Ivy. Great positioning on the putback.
Well, efficiency is everything, right? So far in this one, this guy has been on the money.
Here's James. Not going to go that time. Thompson with some nice D. Houston leading by 3. .102 left to play in the first. Pass to McGrady. Back to Thompson. Takes the 3. It's not going to go for him.
And you just can't afford to give up that kind of look very often.
To the inside. The kick out to Richardson. Back to James. Here's Sarr. The 3 ball. Again, the miss by the Mavericks. 2 seconds separating the shot clock and the game clock. Outside Richardson. Pass to Sarr. Ooh, Thompson with the block.
What you love about Thompson is his versatility at both ends of the floor. He's even able to block shots like that.
Now here's Holiday. Mobley on a screen. He got it up in time, but it would not fall. One quarter in the books, and it's been a close one.
8. The Mavericks. 5.
And some good action in the books as we get back to a game that's been pretty close so far here. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from the Rockets. Guys?
Well, they came out with a physical presence and made rebounding a priority.
I think it's why they hold the lead here early, because they're controlling the flow of the game with those second chance opportunities.
Ball surveys the floor. Down low. And the dunk by Duren.
Now LaMelo getting better at running pick and roll action. This guy's so gifted setting up his teammates.
And we've got a timeout called by Ime Udoka. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over. Well, when you look at the forwards in this league, there are a lot more Grant Hill types out there these days, Plunder.
Well, thank you for the nice words, B.A. Of course, I took pride in my overall game. And over the last few decades or so, we've seen a bunch of guys playing the 3, 4, and 5 who can pass, dribble, and shoot. So it's fun to watch the game evolve.
Outside Holiday. Pass to McGrady. Mobley with it. Thompson outside. Just 5 on the clock. From outside, off the mark. Now here's Fultz. The kick out to Ball. Duren the screen. Ball no good.
And the shooter had very little space on that attempt.
Right, he stays connected, and great timing on the contest.
Here's McGrady. Oh, there's a killer two-hand slam.
And just a great screen.
And they got a high-powered finish out of it.
And my question is, where was the help? Someone rotate over and challenge.
Uses the glass on the layup. Duren's got his second bucket of the night.
LaMelo Ball showing off that facilitation. That is pretty pick-and-roll basketball.
And at 6'10", Jalen Duren is an incredible athlete for his size.
Yeah, he's got a lot of bounce, which helps him as a rim protector, rebounder, and lob threat. Plus, he's got quick feet, and he's able to guard smaller guys on the perimeter.
Pass to Washington. Duren with it. Defended by Thompson. Duren in the post. Duren the screen. Charity stripe shot. And Ball gets it to go. And the Mavericks lead by 1.
Well, you have to be willing to take what the defender gives you. LaMelo Ball gets into that mid-range, makes the defender pay.
Here's McGrady. He's got 5. Mobley on a screen. From downtown, McGrady shot is off.
Well, the defense clearly was not interested in guarding him from downtown. They're very fortunate he missed.
To the wing on the left. The 3 from Washington. And they recover it. Ball outside. To the middle. Second shot opportunity. Dallas needs to get off a shot. Pass to Robinson. Ball outside. Inside. Now Duren. Lets it go from deep. Kept alive. Outside Fultz. And here's Duren. And it's going to be a 3-second call. So both teams changing it up here.
Substitution on the court.
The Rockets trail. And Grant, you look at the Rockets additions over the last year or two. There's an emphasis on toughness.
Yeah, toughness, both physical and mental. Those are the kinds of veterans they've brought in. And that extends, of course, to the coaching staff, too.
Ball with another miss.
Boy, a really tough quarter for this guy. Just struggling to make shots right now.
Out of bounds. It'll go to the Mavericks. And Houston making a change here.
Buddy Hield.
And we've got 1:18 left to play in the half. And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
Hey, Brian, the Rockets showing improvement. Head coach Ime Udoka said, quote, when you rely on your young guys, you're constantly trying to instill habits that'll carry them for the rest of their careers. It's mistakes and tendencies you have to try to break continually. Just staying positive. We see glimpses of how close we can be.
All right, Allie, thanks for that. And we've got a whistle. He was fouling with a purpose. And in that spot, in that situation, it's got to be a transition take foul.
For a guy with the shot mechanics of Buddy Hield, you'd love to see him get to the free throw line more. But it's really not his game. He is just a dead-eye three-point shooter.
Now here's Ivy. He's got 5. Hield. Houston with another miss. A chance to go 2 for 1.
And you really must play this just right.
Fires the 3. Drains the triple. Artest has got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
They're lucky to be holding on to this lead after the inconsistent first quarter. But they're starting to hit their stride now, pulling those percentages up.
And Şengün throw it down.
Yeah, great finish by Şengün. I love when he goes up with power.
And here's Ball. Pass to Duren. Ball with it. The 15-footer doesn't go for him.
Listen, he can make that shot right there, but I do know they have other options they can go to.
And a pretty tightly contested game here as we end the first half. The Mavericks on top, leading by 1. And we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out there for the start of the third quarter, right after the break. And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard. Now here's Ivy. Pass to Vanderbilt. Outside Hield. Up and over Richardson. And that misses. That would have put him up. And so it's Ball with it. He brings it up for Dallas. They lead by 1. Well, Doris, one thing about LaMelo Ball, not many true point guards walking around at 6'7".
BA, the length of a forward and yet one of the most prolific playmakers in the game today. That gives a coach a lot of versatility and options with one individual player.
And we've got a timeout called by Ime Udoka. A moment to rest and confer on the game plan. Rockets trail by 4. Here's McGrady. 5 points in the game. Got a piece of it. And up the court they come. The Mavericks on the break. Pass to Artest. Now Caruso. Second half rolling along. About a minute played here.
And that's gotta hurt. A turnover for a free run at the rim.
And now we know who has the momentum.
It's still close, though. These teams have been neck and neck. Let's see the response here.
Back to Ball. LaMelo working inside.
What a finish by LaMelo Ball. Thin frame, but that length at 6'7", he can mix it up now.
Outside Vanderbilt. Pass to Thompson. This one for three. He buries it from three.
Wow, you don't see him left alone very often, and of course, he makes good use of it.
James outside. The kick out to Ball. From behind the arc. Vanderbilt pulls it in.
Well, they have the advantage, but you still feel like this guy needs to find a way to get himself going.
Pass to Thompson for the lead. And the rebound goes to Dallas.
Given his range, you'd expect him to capitalize on that opening.
James outside. And here's Caruso outside. The shot's good on the assist by James. Caruso's got 6 points.
A nice start to the third. 3 out of 4 and looking good doing it.
Here's McGrady. 7 points in the game. Thompson outside. Down to 5 on the shot clock. From about 19, McGrady's shot is off.
Boy, a miss like that will drive any scorer crazy, especially with the defender giving a cushion.
2 minutes remaining.
And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Vanderbilt.
Out of bounds. Dallas Ball.
The Mavericks lead by 4. Ball outside. On the wing, Caruso. Back to Ball. Clock at 6. And there's the drive. And there's James from the arc. Mobley grabs the board. And Houston has possession. Following this one, they get to host the Bulls. McGrady, shot is off.
Well, after hitting 1 triple in the first half, it's been all radio silence since.
Richardson.
I'll tell you, they come out of the locker room, they are a step slow on the defensive end.
And we've got a timeout called by Ime Udoka. I think right now he must be looking at some adjustments. So it's both teams making substitutions here. Second half here, and we're just over 3.5 minutes into it. Ivy with the ball. He's got 5. Lays it up and banks it in. Ivy's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
And he is a hard charger. Ivy only plays at full speed. A great burst on his drives.
Here's James. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up. It's going to be on Jaden Ivey. And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the Mavericks?
Well, they have owned the offensive perimeter throughout this game, finding lots of openings and turning them into big shots.
Another thing I thought they did well was pressure. They forced a ton of turnovers, turned those opportunities into points.
You watch Hield. You marvel at his jumper. It's as pure as anyone in this league.
And there's a pick. Here's James. Throws it down, and the official calls a foul. It may be a three-point play. Jared Vanderbilt picks one up. Dallas shooting their 5th attempt at the line in the game.
What's striking about LeBron James is how his game has morphed to now it's all about guile and smarts and experience. He continues to dominate just in a different way.
They get it again. Controls the rebound and the putback.
He really gets in perfect position for the follow. Just a terrific read.
James left side. James with the focus.
Yeah, showing a little versatility with their offensive attack. In the first half, it was about the 3-ball. In the second half, they've emphasized interior scoring.
And stolen by Caruso.
You love that defensive effort right there showing up.
And that's what happens when you don't take care of the ball.
Hey, that makes the turnover hurt even more.
At the end of the day, though, it's 2 points. Don't hang your heads. Let's get refocused and play with more patience.
And so Jason Kidd calls for the timeout. He wants to make sure everybody's on the same page.
And something fans don't always get to see. Some of the closely guarded secrets that happen in that huddle.
It's tough to hide your communications. Teams go to great lengths to try to do it, but sometimes to no avail.
And we've got a timeout from Jason Kidd. He wants to review the game plan. Here's ball. And so it's the Dallas Mavericks finishing the quarter with an 8-point lead. They're communicating well.
33.
The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. Dallas leading by 8. Now here is James. Outside Richardson. Shot clock at 6. And he drives in. And that one is stuffed right through.
Wow, gosh, you love to see Josh Richardson on the attack, up high and finishing strong.
From deep, Mobley. Doesn't go that time.
And he probably thought he was going to bury that one.
And here's James. Pass to Richardson. And it's off from three-point range. Thompson in the post. It's rebounded by Dallas.
Well, we love his ability to attack the rim. He just loses a little bit of focus and misses the chipping.
James with the ball. Now Thompson defending. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Ausar Thompson. That's his first foul. A little over a minute of the fourth quarter gone now. Pass to Artest. Richardson for 3. Sends it home from three-point land. And the Mavericks lead by 13.
Well, think about it. Back in his rookie year, this is a guy who shot 46% from deep. Go ahead, Josh Richardson from 3. I know he wants to answer the 3 that was just made on the other end, but he can't let that affect his judgment. He's got to find the best shot possible.
Attacking the rim with power.
Tremendous finish. Doris, coaching is a difficult job. You think they're judged unfairly?
I do, PA. I think they go into any circumstance, and it's largely contingent on what is the strength of the organization. What's your ownership like? What is their commitment level to winning? What is your front office and the decision-making process like? But we all know this. Like, the coaches ultimately are the ones who are judged by wins and losses. They know that going in.
Pass to Artest. When the whistle blows, it's going to be on Ausar Thompson. That'll be a second foul of the game.
Yeah, he tried to gain position, but couldn't quite get there.
And we're about 2 minutes into the fourth here. Here's Sarr. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Ball. And he gets the bucket.
And their offensive game plan is clear. Get it inside and go to work.
Now Holiday. Thompson outside. Pass to McGrady. Into the lane. And denied. He sends it right off the glass. Richardson with it. And it's Ivey picking him up. Now here's Richardson. Ball outside. Thompson with the block. And that's out of bounds. Dallas will keep it. 6 to shoot. Outside Richardson. That three's off the mark. Rockets trailed by 16. 1:56 left in the fourth. Mobley on a screen. To the middle. Here's Thompson. Off target with a jump hook. And Dallas with possession. They're on a 9-1 run. Pass to Sarr. Now Richardson. Down low. And he caught that pass in full stride on his way to the big slam.
And this one hasn't been in doubt for a bit now. They came out on a mission, and you can bag up this win for the Mavericks.
You can score without sharing the ball, but it can be a whole lot easier when guys are assisting one another.
Yeah, they were very patient. They were also unselfish, and ultimately, that's why they were so efficient.
And this will push their total wins for the year up to 11.
It's just a great matchup for them, and they're looking for the 4-game season sweep in their next meeting.
And it was a reliably solid performance from one of their key guys. A tremendous game for LeBron James.
He ran things with precision, great command of the offense, putting his teammates in all the right spots. Obviously, Alexander Sarr's stature grabs your attention, but he's stronger than he looks, too. And that can be a pretty dangerous combination if he learns to use it right.
And so it's Ball with it. He brings it up for the Dallas Mavericks. They lead by 20. That's the most we've seen.
You got to give them respect. They're doing everything they can to close this out.
Well, just terrific teamwork. Each guy doing his part. You love what you're seeing from them tonight.
First personal foul. Second team foul.
There's 48 seconds left to play in the fourth. Here's McGrady. Another miss. They desperately need a bucket. Here's Artest. Gets the three to fall.
And they came in here with some attitude, and it brought out their best play.
And I couldn't agree more. What makes it that much more impressive, they're doing it on the road.
Tries to break his ice. He hits the back iron and sinks it.
This guy a tough cover for any defender. Creative and assertive scoring the ball.
Here's Ball. It's hauled in by Houston. Thompson scanning the floor. Driving inside. They swipe it. Richardson for three. And the three-pointer goes. And so Dallas takes this one by a big margin. Boy, this crowd has to be shocked by the way their team was dismissed.